Welcome back to the overview of my financial literacy series. My name is Brent Kempton, and this series is titled What You Don't Know Will Hurt You, because it identifies extremely important financial issues that most people aren't aware of. This presentation adds more to the topic of investing, plus discussing aspects of insurance and risk that could hurt you badly if you're not aware of them. There are no absolutes in money. This is an important thing to understand. No absolutes. There are mathematical certainties, like it takes 100% return to recover from a 50% loss. There are government rules. The maximum annual contribution for a 49-year-old to an IRA is $5,000. However, government rules aren't absolute because the government can and has changed their rules. No investment is absolutely right or wrong either. There are only trade-offs between features and risks. Just like no single boat fits everyone's needs, no single financial product works for everyone. Every legitimate product fits someone, just like every legitimate boat fits someone. I don't know what this is, but it was built to fit someone's specific needs. So the question is, do you know which financial product fits your needs the best? Okay, there's this thing that's called the modern portfolio theory that comes from the 1950s, which means it's really not so modern anymore. It uses a buy and hold philosophy for investing, which basically means you hold your investments for a long time because typically the market goes up over time. This is still commonly practiced, and it is still a legitimate strategy for some people. However, the question is, has anything newer come along in the last 60 years, or is this the best thing that is still around? As you can see, there are several different savings and investment types. Each has its own risk and licensing requirement. Note that someone with only a life license cannot sell anything else and so forth. It requires multiple licenses to sell multiple types of products. And of this list of products, the active investing license is not nearly as common as the securities license, which is why you may not ever hear about it. But the question is, do you know which of these types fits you best? Next, we'll talk about the role of insurance in finances. Insurance literacy. Insurance protects you. That's what it's designed for, is to protect you in one way or another. There are multiple types of insurance. For example, supplemental insurance like Aflac. These have specific payments for any one of a variety of coverages, and there are multiple different policies you have to get to cover everything. Health. This is illness and accident. Anything sends you to the doctor, hospital, emergency care, ER. Property. Covers all types of property and casualties. Covers lots and lots of different things. Liability. When you're facing a potential lawsuit, this is one insurance you really don't want to skip on. Finally, life. Life is income assurance, immediate and instant estate with investment capabilities. It can cover you tomorrow once you have filled out the paperwork and paid the check. It could cover you immediately thereafter. So today we're talking about life insurance because of its investment properties. What is the financial place of insurance? that said a man who dies without adequate life insurance should have to come back and see the mess that he created. This is from Will Rogers, a well-known comedian of a long time back. Life insurance answers two very important questions. The first is what if I die? That's that immediate return on it. And the second question, though, is what if I live instead of dying right away? Do you understand that life insurance is a powerful financial tool? You need to believe this. You need to understand it. I didn't at first, but it is very, very true. Income assurance. That means it assures that income will continue after the death of a wage earner. Immediate and instant estate means that it pays off immediately. No time waiting, no time to have to build up, that you need to be able to build up the amount. And more. So what is the more? Well, the more is that life insurance avoids all four retirement traps better than any other product. First, the taxation trap. This is where you don't have tax sheltering or IRS rules, but it does the same thing as tax sheltering does. Access trap, that's where it can't be. The access trap is it can't be touched before age 59 and a half without penalties. Talking about your investments. The investment taxation trap is no tax sheltering. The access trap is that your investment can't be touched before age 59 and a half without penalties. The distribution trap is that you have this required withdrawals at age 70 and a half with 50% penalties if you don't do them. And the early death trap is that you don't have money saved up in which to take care of the loss of yours or whoever is insured their income. So there's no income assurance there except for about 20, 30, 40, 50 years out. So those are the four normal retirement traps, and life insurance avoids all four of those traps. So what is the right life insurance for you? There are several types of insurance with each serving its own niche. Term life, you may have heard of it. GUL, Guaranteed Universal Life, fairly new. Whole life, that's been around for a long time. GUL with long-term care. Index Universal Life is relatively new, and Variable Universal Life is relatively new. No one type is right or wrong for everybody. Next, we discuss investment risk. Anything that you do with money carries a risk. Anything that you do with money carries a risk. Understand that, believe it, it is a fact. Anything that you do with money carries a risk. You need to learn and understand the risks. You need to then choose a risk that you are most comfortable with and then make your decisions accordingly. Your investment should not make you uncomfortable. If they do, they are wrong for you. Even though your person that's helping you may think they're the best thing for you, they're not right for you because you are uncomfortable and that makes them wrong for you. Now, what is the risk of doing nothing? The risk if you don't do anything is inflation. Anything that you do with money carries a risk, including not investing it. Learn the two most important financial rules. Rule number one, never lose money. Rule number two, never forget rule number one. That completes this session. Our next session will be summation, which brings everything already discussed together with additional important insights.